Okay, now we are approaching Chau. Chau is a long, narrow island in the northeast boundary of Hong Kong territory. So you can see in the far end, this is Shenzhen, the Yantian harbor. So the boundary is between these waters. So Chau is a very small island, has only an area of 0.04 kilometers squared. So from a certain angle, the island looks like a duck floating on the water, so which lead to its Chinese name called Chau, translate to Duck Island. So here we can see locally quite rare red breccia on the island. It's a very interesting place to visit. Standing on Chau, so literally it means Duck Island. So this is a very small island. It's narrow and long. It's about 0.04 kilometers squared. So it is said that people began to live on this island about several hundred years ago, but in recent, starting from 1940s to 1950s, so it actually underwent a rapid development. So because of a fishing industry. So at that time, the people actually anchored their boats here to do the fishing. It was said that there are about 600 fishermen actually call this place their home. So of course, later on, when the fish industry actually faded away, so most of the residents actually immigrated to the overseas, like to England. So, but still, this is the smallest inhabited island in Hong Kong. So it has a rich local history. So you can see, stay on my back, there are schools, the Chau School. And also there's a church. So they believe in the Jesus, the Christian church. And also there's two-story buildings with beautiful the fishermen. But at this moment, there are only a few residents here because of water shortage and because of inconvenience. But we are here for this culture and also, more importantly, for the rock. So rock here actually is a very rare red breccia. So about 100 million years ago. So this whole island actually was formed by this type of special rock. So let's go and to take a look. Okay, let's go. Yeah, we're walking to the north, to the island. Yeah, we're walking north on the island. Well, here you can see the beddings, the bedded Tophaceous breccia. This is a wave notch cut because of wave erosion. So be careful, it can fall down, collapse. Now we are going to the duck's head. So the fracture zone actually created the duck's neck. So this is the head. Let's look at the head. So we were right at the pier and walk along all the way to the duck head. Okay, let's get together here. Let's get it together here. So now we're on the duck island. Actually, the rock behind me, this is the red breccia. This was formed about 100 million years ago. We call it breccia. So remember what's the difference between breccia and conglomerate? You can take a look here. The breccia are pretty much has an irregular angular surface. So as against the conglomerate, which is rounded. So that's why we call it breccia. So the rock is consists of a different size. You see it's a bigger or smaller. So some are as big as boulders. Some has a fine matrix like silt particles. Yeah, take a look here. There's some big, some smaller. So we can see the rock fragments are angular, right? Angular. So which is different from conglomerate? Because conglomerates become rounded because of erosion during transport. So this clearly shows it is derived from a local source, a nearby source. So that's why it has not been rounded. It remained to be angular. So let's look at the information board. So here the information board actually shows the process of generating this type of rock. So basically about 100 million years ago. So this is after volcanic eruption. So Hong Kong actually experienced a kind of a wide range of weathering of rocks. So when the rock become weathered, so they actually can generate kind of a landslide to accumulate as a talus on the hillside, like the foot of the hills. Or it may be due to the collapse of a fault scarp, which is eroded away and collapse underneath, close by. So we can see that they're originated from nearby rocks where they're weathered and eroded, the fragments of different size. Later, so coral sand was also carried by flood and deposited here. So they slowly turn into rock under the pressure and under cementation as well. So look at this color, red color, actually representing some kind of a weathering. The irons in the rock was oxidized and turned into red. So this is a cementing agent, so iron oxide. So also later on I will show you another cementing agent here is a calcite, which also bonds the particles together. Let's go to the duck head. Yeah, this is a duck head. This is duck eyes, call it. So see here. So this is quite interesting. This is the only arch, sea arch that you could go through. Let's go through it. So you can see to the north, this is Shenzhen already. Okay, this is the Yantian Harbor. So here is the Hong Kong territory. This is Shenzhen. So the boundary is in between the water. So let's look at the rocks here. Okay, let's take a look at this. As I said, they are mainly red breccia. Okay, red breccia, formed about 100 million years ago. So at that period, actually the volcano activity ceased, no more, and extensive weathering actually occurs. So the existing rock become weathered and they're broken. They actually dump into this place in a larger as gravel and finer as silt and sand scale. So you can clearly see the horizontal layering here. This is larger. This is finer, right? This is finer. And another finer layer, another coarse layer, another finer layer. So these represent the seasonal deposition. So when the water is, for example, in the summer, they have a heavy rainfall and water, they can carry in the larger particles. So in the winter, they can only carry the finer particles. So settlement is bedded. So it's called graded bedding when the coarse grain actually is settled in the bottom. So we call it graded bedding on the finer particles on the top of the settlements. So you can take a closer look of this. So you can find that this is volcanic tuff. Volcanic tuff. They are also sedimentary rock, originally derived before the weathering. So they are cemented. They are cemented. You can see it's relatively strong. Okay, relatively strong. And also here, you can take a closer look here. So you can clearly see this whiter crystals. So what they are? They're actually the calcite, CaCO3. So as I mentioned, there are different type of bonding agents. The strongest is the silica-based. And the iron oxide is also another cementing agent. The calcite can also cement them together. So this region is called the KO formation. It was different from other places by presenting a lot of the calcite cementation in this area. All right, so you can take a walk around here. All right, so you can take a picture probably by using my hammer as a scale. Now about the big arch, So what happens? This is due to the wave erosion. So waves actually begin to attack this area. Although this seems to be quite loose, all these materials, actually they are well cemented. So over the years, so the wave actually eroded to form this arch. It's called a duck's eyes, basically. So you can defer that. What is the tidal level at that time? So you have to work on this scale, okay? And also you are standing on a safe platform. It's also created due to the wave erosion. All the platform around you, you can walk around here, all due to the wave erosion. So it created a big flat platform. Yeah, we can slowly walk around. Yeah, somebody already climbed to the top. Hi. OK。
教授上面好凍啊！
啊，上面好凍啊！就在下邊待落河啦。Yeah, this sea platform actually is gently dipping, you know, like 5 degrees to that side. Now the formation, it's called KO formation. It's at least 100-meter thick somewhere. Okay, so this is a area which is quite localized and quite unique. It's quite rare, the red breccia we can find it, and so well cemented. So let's walk around over the island. Take a look.
小哥哥，你们好帅啊！
哇！
啊 ，amazing！ It's so windy here.
I'm coming to grab you guys.
Be safe. I need help.
I'm fine. I'm fine. Wow.
Nice view.
Yeah. It's nice view. Okay, I'm going down now. It's like, you know, people get traffic jam by climbing the Himalayas. Oh my God. You know, you have to wait. Yeah. Calcite. Yeah. Yeah, this is exactly calcite cementation. If you put in acid there, it bubbles. So the red is due to the iron oxide cementing. This white is calcite. They have two different type of cementing agents. So you can see the rocks here are quite, you know, diversified. This is a what? This is a volcanic rock, right? We just saw it. Some places we even have a artificial siltstone, similar to what we saw in the Laijizhuang, just like this, right? So we didn't distinguish what type of the parent rock it is. They're all either igneous rock or the volcanic rock, right? So you see, it can be igneous rock, it can be sedimentary rock. So they all weathered and dumped here from nearby sources. Now we are leaving up Chau. From this angle, you can see it's very like a floating duck. That's why it's called Duck Island.